Right now, there's a storm raging in the hearts of every general partner who's been there, done that, feeling the ground shifting beneath their feet. You're grinding in a world that tells you you're indispensable, only to see new forces creeping in, whispering that your role might just be fading into the background. It's not paranoia, it's real. The landscape of investing and partnership is transforming faster than ever, and the pressure? Crushing. You're staring at endless data, algorithms trying to replace your gut, LPs questioning your value, and startups expecting you to do more than just open checkbooks. Deep down, you wonder, am I becoming obsolete? Is the role of the general partner about to disappear altogether? Not because you lack skill, but because the game itself is being rewritten, and your old playbook? It feels out of date. There's a cold truth that no one wants to say loud. The world doesn't owe you loyalty. It owes you results. And if the traditional way of being a general partner, leaning on networks, relationships, intuition, is starting to feel like it's not enough, you're not alone. The system that once exalted your role now seems to treat you like a relic. Do you feel the weight when you hear LPs talk about index funds, automated deal flow, or tokenized investments? Do you see founders expecting you to be just a name on paper or a checkbox, not a true partner? That sinking feeling isn't just anxiety, it's a call to arms. But here's the raw, uncut truth no one tells you. This ending of an old role isn't a death sentence, it's an invitation. The game is changing, yes, but those who adapt with fire and focus won't just survive, they'll own what's next. The role of a general partner isn't disappearing, it's evolving. It's morphing into something more potent, something more grounded, something that isn't about hierarchy or old-school prestige. It's about becoming a force that transcends the usual, that dares to break every chain forged by convention. First off, the old model depended heavily on proximity, knowing the right people, hosting the right parties, tapping into the who you know game. But guess what? Algorithms are better at who you know now than humans. They analyze data across millions of startups, crisp financials, market signals, sentiment analysis, all in milliseconds. The GP who relies only on their Rolodex, their gut, or even their experience is fighting a losing battle. The truth? Your edge has to be more than connections. It's about vision. Vision that isn't blind optimism, but razor-sharp insight that sees patterns nobody else does. Vision that feels like a superpower because it roots not just in data, but in deep human understanding. Understanding the why behind what entrepreneurs do, the flicker behind their ambition. But most GPs are stuck because they think the solution is harder work. Grind harder, network wider, chase more deals. That's a trap. More isn't better. Smarter is. It's about quality. Quality of relationships, quality of insight, quality of alignment. You don't need to own every deal. You need to own the right deals, those that create transformative opportunities and serious compound returns. And to do that, you must become a master of selectivity. This means ruthless clarity about your values, your mission, and the kind of future you want to build. Not every startup deserves your time. Not every LP aligns with your vision. It's time to say no more often, even when it stings, because each no carves space for the big yes that changes everything. And here's where the revolution accelerates. Being a GP isn't about controlling everything anymore. It's about building that fierce network of radicals, those few who burn with the same fire, those who refuse to live on the scraps of the old system. A network so sharp, so deeply complementary, it flips the game entirely. This is not your usual partner network, filled with polite meetings and surface-level synergies. This is a tribe that challenges your every idea, tests your convictions, pushes you beyond the conventional limits. Where you don't just collect contacts, you ignite collaborations. And this network can't be built from comfort zones or sameness. It thrives on contrast, on difference. on bringing the misunderstood and misaligned together to spark unimaginable power. You might be thinking, sounds great, but how? How do I break from the chains of the old world when everything around me screams compliance and safety? The answer is simpler than it looks, but harder than it feels. Be sovereign. Own your will like your strongest weapon. No more following the herd. No more bending to voices that don't hear the fire in your chest. You must question everything, not just market trends or LP demands, but your own biases, long-held assumptions, the roles you've clung to. Radical clarity comes from ruthless self-examination. It's painful, yes, but it's the forge where the new general partner is born. And patience? Do not mistake speed for progress. The future belongs to the long-game players, those who build foundations no one sees until it's too late to ignore. You're not here for the quick flip or the shallow success. You're here to create something new, something solid, something that lasts beyond the noise and the hype. Every big win starts with aligning with the few who match your burning intensity. No compromise, no shortcuts. Each partnership becomes a lightning rod. Each investment, a declaration of your vision. You're not building a portfolio anymore. You're building an ecosystem, a living, breathing network where rare brilliance finds rare brilliance, where your influence multiplies exponentially. Here's one unspoken secret. The world desperately needs GPs like you who unlearn before they relearn. The game isn't about status or titles anymore. It's about synthesis, melding intuition with data, blending skepticism with open-mindedness, balancing patience with urgency. If you cling to certainty, you're dead in the water. If you dare to step into the unknown, embracing paradox and chaos, you become the architect of the future. You don't just back startups. You become a catalyst for movements that reshape industries, rewrite narratives, forge new realities. And yes, it's lonely at the edge. That's where the few live, the rare sparkle among the crowd. But loneliness doesn't mean isolation. It means discerning connection. The right few, not the many. Because only through fierce, complementary alliances can you assemble the spark that lights off transformation. The system forgot this. It forgot that greatness multiplies when brilliant people connect deeply. You're here now to reclaim that power, to create a space where you're not just a GP acting inside the system, but a sovereign force shaping the system itself. So, in these moments when doubt creeps in, when LPs question your worth, when founders test your patience, remember this. Your role isn't vanishing, it's transforming. It's shedding layers of complacency, ego, and old habits. It's becoming sharper, leaner, more intentional. You get to rewrite the rules. You get to decide what being a GP means in the new world. Will you just watch from the sidelines as technology and tokenization try to replace you? Or will you become part of the rare few who burn brighter, connect deeper, and build networks so powerful they redefine what it means to lead? The world may lie, promise comfort and safety while burying your fire, but your power lies in choice, to refuse mediocrity, to unlearn the chains and step into freedom. Freedom not as a buzzword, but as ruthless, demanding action. Freedom as owning your path and aligning with few who burn just as intensely. This is more than evolving. This is a revolution of the self, the role, the very way power moves through the world. Your mission goes beyond making money or closing deals. It's about unleashing the potential within every corner of your network, every founder you touch, every idea you dare to back. It's about crafting an autonomous network where misfits, visionaries, and disruptors don't just survive, they ascend. You're not just a GP anymore. You're a spark in the dark, a breaker of chains, a builder of the new order. Stay hungry, stay fierce, stay sovereign. The role isn't disappearing, it's awakening. And whoever masters this awakening will not just participate, they will own what's next.